everybody, welcome to another week of Arsehole's Alcove. So this week we've got four again. That's becoming the trend now, so we might keep that up. So this week we have transport, we have transvestites, and we have school meals in store for you. So hopefully you'll enjoy the show. Right,
Ready. Past judgment.
first one we have is, am I the arsehole? Okay, I imagine this person, the first language isn't English. So I'm going to paraphrase this. Am I the arsehole for sitting on a guy's bag in a full train? Okay. So initially, probably yes. So that's not.
I'm intrigued. Like, so he just so
Yeah, just sorry. The beginning of this isn't part of the actual story, so I'm having to find where the story actually starts.
I'm just
But yeah,
trying to
go on.
think how it is. This bag on the floor? Is the guy trying to save his seat with a bag? What's he doing?
Well, initially, if you just sit on someone's property, you're an arsehole, aren't you?
Yeah.
So we've got that set. So let's
It's
just
my
see,
day.
because we have been surprised before by this sort of stuff. Right, here we go. Okay, so this is the actual start of the actual story.
Yeah.
So it's a full train during rush hour. Enter the train and see an empty seat. Okay.
Nice.
I move to the seat, and the guy sitting next to the empty seat says, "Can't sit there. It's reserved for my friend." Okay, so he's the arsehole automatically for saving a seat, which you fucking don't do on public transport.
Yeah.
Which exactly what they did. They said, it's rush hour, you can't do that. If it's not rush hour, mate, you can't do that.
Yeah.
He refuses. So I say, I'm having to paraphrase a bit here because it's like broken English. He's coming, so he says, so they say, yes, you can't do that. So they were going to sit, so they go to sit down, right?
Yeah.
On the empty seat. Because they were like, yeah, fuck you. You can't save a seat. At the last second, he puts his bag on the seat.
No, that's the arsehole move.
Right.
Putting the bag on the
yes,
seat is the
right,
arsehole
okay.
move. Definitely.
So they stand back up and say, "Move your bag." He
Yeah.
says, "No, he won't." So they sit on his back.
Oh, that's a power move. That's not an arsehole move. That's a power move, mate.
But here's a weird thing. We're saying not the guy writing this now, but the guy in the seat is an arsehole, right?
Yeah, but the guy sitting down is the arsehole. Not the guy sitting on the bag. The
No.
guy sitting.
But I'm wondering, because it's like broken English, I'm wondering where this is, and I'm wondering culturally what that's like. Because it says here at the end, so she or he, whichever one, sat on the bag. He calls them rude,
Yeah.
and someone else also calls them rude for doing it.
Oh, piss off. No. Who? What? Were they
Which is what was
friends or
making
just
me
like a
think,
random stranger?
Is it a cultural, maybe? I mean, definitely to us, as Brits, to us, the guy with bag who puts it on the seat is an arsehole.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that. You might try and do it when it's a bit quiet, and you know there's other seats available, totally empty ones. But when it fills up, you get that bag off the seat.
Yeah, I've
just
done
leaving
that.
your bag on the seat's a dick move.
Yeah, I've done that. I've been on a bus, I've had a backpack,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's just easier than putting it, under the seat, or if it's a National Express or something, which is like a coach more than a bus. It's easier than putting it in the overhead, so I just put it on the seat next to me. But if the coach gets full, I take it off. I either put it in front of me or I put it in the overhead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just what you do. But I don't know. Could this be culturally different? You
That
reckon?
doesn't matter. There's no culture in a world where you need to sit down. There's a seat there, and you just fucking go, nah, don't want you to sit there. Just basically what he's doing.
Yeah, he is like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, please don't sit down. Oh, I don't want you to. Why? Because I'm an asshole.
I feel like that's a bit cut and dry for our
Yeah.
section.
Next,
When I
move
first
on.
looked at it, I thought it would be more interesting, but nah, that's just cut and
Whoever
dry.
this random woman was saying that you were the asshole, she's wrong. The guy
She's the
with the
asshole
bag
as
was
well.
the asshole.
All right, okay. So let's get a bit more interesting. Right, this is one that'll split the the people.
Bring it.
So, am I the arsehole for not tipping? Right.
What country is this?
The fact that there's tipping at all suggests America.
Yeah, this is the point. Like over here, it's become more of a thing to tip at a restaurant, but you tip if the service has been really good.
Yeah.
You know. Whereas, like, I know like in France, waiters. Is it a waiter? Is this guy a waiter? Who's he tipping? Because I know, like in America, waitresses and waiters you tip because they make crap traditionally.
Yeah,
Whereas in France, being a waiter is often seen as like a genuine profession, you know.
yeah.
And you wouldn't tip a waiter because it's like you wouldn't tip your doctor.
My thoughts on tipping is this: if you get a good service, I'll give you a bit extra. I find that British tipping is we'll get you a drink.
Yeah.
It's not a percentage. It's nothing like that. It's right. You've done a good service. There's 10 quid, say. There's only two of us. Get yourself a drink out of that.
Yeah.
You know, they might only have a lemonade, but that's their choice. You're willing to go up to, however much for a drink for them.
Yeah.
But if it's not good service, you just say, right, well, there's the money for it. You're not getting any extra, and that's that.
Depends where you are. If you're at a restaurant, this is why I was saying where it depends where it is. I'd sort of say generally,
Yes.
if it's good service, 10%. I sort of aim for, you know what I mean? There's
Well, this is my point. Like, we don't, do we? Like I say, in Britain at least, we tend to go for a drink, which might not be 10%. It might be 10%. It might be over. It's a drink. It basically in Britain we work by beer. It's like, well, it is, isn't it? Like, we go by.
I think we might just be talking to North here, Dan. I have to admit, like, I tried explaining this to Tish a while back, and she was like, no, that's just you being cheap and not wanting to pay 10%. I'm like, no,
it's not. If I was working, right, somewhere, and someone bought me a drink behind a bar, whilst I'm behind a bar, I'd enjoy that more because it's like, it's a drink.
Oh, publican, yeah. Absolutely, like that's a golden rule. There's no.
But even in a restaurant,
bar staff, you always tip in drinks.
Even in a restaurant, it's the same. A lot of restaurant people, when they close up for the night, they'll stop back and have a drink.
Yeah.
So if you've bought them a drink, they'll quite happy enjoy a drink after they've finished the job.
Yeah.
Even in a restaurant. Yeah? Yeah? Right. So that's tipping in England. Just buy them a pint. It's fine. Right. But anyway, back to the arsehole.
So what's the story? How is it the arsehole?
Right. So, yeah, that's a load of shit. Not bothered about that. Right. Okay. So The other night, I ordered 4 pizzas from a chain down the road. They weren't delivering that day. Okay, so I called an Uber to pick up my pizza. Oh, because they've been drinking. Okay, yeah, fair enough. 10-minute trip there and a 10-minute trip back. So I get there, pick up my $90 fucking dollars worth of pizza. Jesus.
Yeah.
And walk out back into the Uber. I did not tip. Okay. As I was getting into the car, the guy chased me up the store with arms spread wide and yells, "Really?" Okay. Stared at him in shock, saying, "Yeah." Okay, so the reason why this is annoying the guy is it's like this. So he goes on to say, the thing is, the more I think about it, the more heated I get. Why on earth would I tip someone who made my food when that is the express purpose of their business? Which is a bit like what we're saying.
Yeah.
There's no reason to tip someone because they get a wage anyway. But this is the US, so it's different. So.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that's a good point. I never thought about before. Even in America, you don't tip the chef at restaurants
Well, you do. That's
or
the
the
point.
cook when you order delivery.
That's what, like, pretty much every restaurant in the world tips are shared. You know, because
Yeah.
no one ever
Okay.
tips the chef, but they are split amongst the chef. It's whoever's on shift that night.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. Yeah. So you kind of do. But, yeah. So my thoughts on this.
I mean, I always think when you tip the delivery guy, you're tipping the delivery guy for pizza.
Yes. I've done it plenty of times.
Especially if it's from a chain. Would you ever tip anyone at McDonald's?
Well, no, of course not.
There we are then.
Because you also know that they do get wages. I know that delivery people do as well. In the UK, we're talking here.
Yeah.
But basically, you don't want them to fuck your food up next time.
Yeah.
So you tip them as in like, yeah, make sure it gets to you quicker next time, yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's I've got an uncle, or Tish has got an uncle, so I've got an uncle-in-law who's lives in America, and his attitude. He was born over here, but he lives in America. He has done for 40 years, and he's very American in his ways, and he had a fantastic point about tipping. And he said, you know what? He said, the British have got tipping all wrong. He says, you hope for good service and then tip if you get it. He says, in America in general, you tip up front and guarantee good service.
Yeah. Well, Germans are like that, aren't they?
Yeah. So they do it with like valets and, you know, like delivery people and all sorts, you know what I mean? Anyway, so like your cleaners in the room, like this is the example on like, I was on a cruise a few years back. And I didn't do it the first cruise, but the second cruise I did, I got it, and you notice the difference. On the first cruise, I tipped at the end, the cleaner, and great, they did a good job the first time round. Whoever did the second round, I tipped after the first day, the same as what I would have tipped at the end. Oh, that room was like spotless, mate. Like I mean, like, well, all sorts of good stuff. Extra chocolates left out, little bonus pillows, little sculptures out with the towels in the shape of animals and shit.
Like I was about to say that I suppose it works on the basis that if you tip afterwards, they're never ever going to see you again.
Yeah.
But if you tip first, it's like, oh, this guy's going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if I do a good job, he'll give me some more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whereas where in the UK, we kind of work by, if I prove myself now, I might get extra.
Yeah.
But then when you don't get extra, it kind of makes you do it less and less and
Yeah.
less and less. To the
So
point where you
apart from the
think,
shitty thing with wages, I do think the Americans have the right attitude to tipping in general. If you got a tip, do it up front, get better service.
yeah.
Yeah. Amen. There we are. That's
But
so this
but
particular guy.
that's on about tipping. In this
Yeah.
scenario,
In this particular scenario, I don't think he's an asshole.
no.
I
I
just,
mean,
I, I would have tipped the delivery guy. This place doesn't deliver, obviously. Who you
they
tipping?
do, but it wasn't that day. So that means like it might be like the delivery driver's day off or something.
Oh well, tough shit. So they're like, well, yeah, there's no one to tip.
Yeah, but then why did the guy come out of the shop and be like, "What is that it?"
Just like,
Because he's an asshole.
yeah, it's a cultural thing. They're expected to tip, but like, nah, he shit guy.
So he's saying the guy who came out and shouted, you know,
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? How do you know that guy? He didn't have $100 on him. He was just charging $90 the pizza. He was expecting $10. He's just had to get the taxi and that was it. He's broke now.
yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is why. Another reason why I don't tip. I don't have the fucking money to tip.
Yeah.
You know, if I had the money, I would gladly tip everyone in the world. Do you know what I mean? But I just can't afford to do it.
Yep. Taxi drivers is a good example. There's someone we always tip in Britain, like or should do.
Yeah,
There's
because we're
sort of an
always drunk.
expectation, but I don't. Not all the time. If it's too close,
Oh,
I know
yeah.
I've got to get the taxi back. It's a bit more expensive than I thought. If I can afford it, I don't tip. You know.
Oh, yeah. But like a lot of the times with taxi drivers, I mean, my brother used to be a taxi driver. And it's just because people are drunk.
Yeah.
You know, like if it's like £7 and they've got a tenner, they'll just go, take the tenner.
Yeah. Oh,
Do you know
want
what I
it.
mean? It's like, I just want to get out of this taxi, get in my house, eat a pizza, and go to bed.
Yeah. That's worth £3 to not have
That's
the
worth
20
it.
seconds
Yeah,
to wait for
exactly.
change.
Rather than me sit here for 10 seconds whilst you count £3 up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, like taxi drivers, they get probably the most amount of tips ever. But that's just because people are drunk all the time whenever they get in a taxi.
Right. Right. He's not an asshole, are we agreeing?
Yeah, alright then, yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. I'm not even going to say the guy who chased him out is an asshole. Maybe a tiny one.
Because, especially with it being a chain as well.
Yeah.
Like, you're obviously on a wage if it's a chain restaurant thing. Like, I don't know, it might have been like Pizza Hut or something in America. You know what I mean? It's like, you're not on like I say, I don't think America has like a minimum wage thing like we do.
Yeah.
Or I think they do, but it's not the same standard.
Yeah, there is a minimum wage, but it's a lot lower.
Yeah. So yeah. I think the guy who chased him out was an asshole there. Like.
Yeah. Cool. Right, let's bring it.
Right. Okay, so the next one. This has like two parts to the story. So I'm going to read the first part. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, am I the asshole for giving our kid boring school lunches?
Like dried sandpaper and fucking like.
Okay. You might think I'm the title. Okay. So, a daughter in grade 1. I don't know what that is.
Grade 1 is like year 1 over here. Yeah.
So what, like 4 or 5-year-old?
5-year-old.
Right, yeah. Has got us complaints from a teacher and the school administration about her lunches. Okay.
Yeah.
Tend to give her healthier stuff we eat at home anyways, but try to make it more snack focused. Yeah, okay. Like a few slices from a baguette or crackers, some cold cuts like pepperoni, salami, and stuff.
Okay.
Olives, sun-dried tomatoes.
I mean, what 5-year-old likes
Fucking hell!
olives?
How middle class is this?
Oh yeah.
Or sometimes we'll give her things like rice pudding, sausage. Okay, that's gone
Sausage?
down.
Piss
That's
off!
gone downhill.
How is this boring? I would have killed for a sausage we pack lunch.
Yeah, to be fair. Yeah. Once we even gave her some steak to bring to school. Okay. So how are
And
they
some foie
boring?
gras and pate, like.
So how are they boring then? You might think, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. It was like we often have a side serving of wine, a wine pairing service, but it's very pedestrian. You know, like what the shit? All right, crack on, mate. Crack on.
But remember, this has brought in the school administration as well
Yeah.
as a complaint, right? So the school argues we're being abusive by giving her food the other kids won't like, thus eliminating a sharing environment. Okay.
Right.
So
Well,
she
the other
hasn't
kids
been.
don't have to eat it, so tough shit.
Well, exactly right. She hasn't been teased for her lunches, and by her own admission, likes what we give her. It's the teacher who thinks it's age inappropriate.
Well,
Okay. So I'm just looking at like a.
I mean, for a 5-year-old, I think you're doing well to get her olives and on
Fucking
this
hell!
stuff.
Hang on. There's a bit here, right? So there's a couple of lines I've cut out here, right? But all right. Once we gave her some anchovy fillets for crackers, and they confiscated her lunch, which fucking obviously, prompted a big argument between us and the school because they've just fucking took a dinner off her.
Yeah, I slapped the shit out the school. What the fuck you? They better
Now,
have fed her ass at the very least.
now, when you read the first part of that, you think, why would the school be bothered about like how boring her dinner is?
They
But
might have been worried about the salt content.
what they're basically saying is, any child that comes into our school has to feed every other child.
That's bollocks for a start. Guarantee, like, mate, it's like, for those who haven't been watching before, right? I was a teacher for like 10 years. That's bollocks. There's often days where you might have, I mean, even in different countries, you might have this policy where every child's expected to share their lunch and have like a big picnic environment. We have that in Britain as well with the younger year groups, you know. But it's message. It's a very clear thing. It's not
Yeah.
an everyday thing. Even in countries where it is, that's bollocks. There's definite non-sharing things, and I'll tell you exactly for why. Allergies. Right?
Yeah. Well,
You're just
I
openly
mean,
sharing.
I'm looking
Oh,
here
sorry,
through
little Johnny
comments.
Peanut allergy over there. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, I'm looking through comments here because I'm wondering where this is. Because it might not be America, you see. And even the comments are like, yeah, no school that any of them has ever known is like allows that because of allergies and stuff like you've just said yourself. Like, what?
Is the teacher stealing their lunch?
It might well be.
Like pate and olives and salami and steak. Teacher's just like, here, eat an apple. Nom, nom,
There are a
nom, nom.
couple of comments here saying the teacher's just jealous that they're getting fucking olives and fucking tomatoes and steak and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe that's even like a thing.
Is that it? Is that the end?
Yeah, I mean,
Schools-
I can't believe that's even
I
like.
can't even believe that's a school thing. If that's a genuine argument to the school's off its fucking rocker.
But it does say that the teacher and the school administration has complained. So that's like school administration. Is that America then?
Yeah, will be.
Isn't that a committee?
It is a committee. It's sort of like the equivalent of school councillors over here, but
Like-
they tend to be elected.
But they've complained
All
about
of the
it.
heads are doing.
At what point? Right. All right. Right. Nah. I'm not having this. Right. They've had a meeting about a single child.
Yep.
Bringing in stuff for her own consumption.
Yep.
What type of fucking school is this?
Yep. Put it like this. I've confiscated children's lunches before, right? The young ones especially.
Okay, come on
right? When I say I've done it before, I'm talking less, fingers of one hand in 10 years, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's twice I can think of is because the lunchbox was filled with absolute shite. Like, all chocolate, all shite, everything. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. So it's
when I've
not
confiscated the lunch, I've let him have a
non-nutritious.
chocolate bar, but I'm like, right, I'm taking the rest of your lunch. You're not just loading up on chocolates and sweets,
Yeah.
right? And then making yourself sick in the afternoon, right? You know what I mean? Because they're like
I mean,
5, 6, like, bam, you can't have some fruit, right? Bam.
yeah.
And you give them something else. You rock down to the dinner hall, you have a word with the dinnies and just say, right, here, look. Thingy's already brought crap in. Dish up some here, gives a couple of apples or something here. Right?
Yeah. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you there.
Right.
Okay.
The other time has been
But-
allergies. I've saw a pack of peanuts. Little Johnny sat next to him has got a massive peanut allergy. Well, boom, nicked.
Yeah. But that one that you stole like the sweets of and stuff, did the parents complain?
Yeah. In fact, well, they would have done, but I preempted the parents. So like that's the case, like they said, where the schools complained. Where I've never got the head involved, anything like that. It never went above me. So that's me. End of the day, see the parents at the playground. I'll give them a call. Blah blah blah. I noticed it's full of sweets today. Like I say, if it's I missed it. Did I miss the sandwiches or whatever? I always give them an out, even though I know there's no fucking sandwiches in there. Like, oh, so did I miss the sandwiches? But there's a lot of sweets in there. I stopped me. I didn't want him. I let him have some, but I didn't want him make himself sick of the oven, so I give him some more fruit and things.
But were the parents happy with that?
Hey, they took a bit of umbrage, but it's also a subtle way of letting them know, like, I'll be looking out tomorrow for what's in his lunchbox.
Yeah.
And it's and if they keep, and I've not had the problem because then the next time, so on and so. I mean, the reality is they've just probably had like there's no point slamming into them for like one day because they might have just forgot to go to the shops or forgot to do the bloody shopping for the kids. Just bang a load of sweets and they'll eat something, right? And they're just thinking, right, he's got food, it's not great, but it's full of sugar, but at least he'll burn it off at school. And then we've got, like, while they go to a shop, and then we've been like, no.
Yeah.
Put that aside, fuck that. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it.
That's
that's it. That's the only time.
But this is the instance opposite of that, where the schools went, why aren't you feeding everything else?
Yeah, with your highly nutritious, top quality food.
Yeah.
Why aren't you getting in peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Yeah, you middle class bastards. That's what the bit of school's basically saying, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like,
do you know what I had for the first time this year?
Go on.
A peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I've never had one.
Yeah, I had one for the first time. Literally, we were trying to get out rid of our food cupboards. The only stuff that was left.
I mean, you didn't. What you had, just to correct you,
peanut butter and jam sandwich.
Jam.
Yeah. I will say it, yeah, that's true. But do you know what? I'm going to call it peanut butter and jelly purely because I'm convinced the Americans invented it. So I'll call it their name.
No, they didn't. They didn't invent fucking jam.
Yeah, but I bet they put the two together for the first time.
Yeah, possibly.
Either them or the Germans. Germans have a way of doing that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Right, yes, yeah. Mind you, I only recently had Reese's.
Well, they only come over recently, didn't they?
Yeah, they're all right. I don't
Since
mind them.
Kraft bought out Cadbury's.
Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah.
I've not had those. What are the other ones that the people rave about? Kisses or something? Is it
Hershey's Kisses?
Yeah, I've not had them yet.
Me neither. Right, next, I think we decided the school's just
a
weird arsehole.
Massive arsehole, they're like.
It's a massive arsehole, just weird arsehole.
No, because they're expecting them to beat the school.
Yeah, oh, yeah, true. Granted, bullshit. Yeah, even
Right.
on the days where we've had like big community picnics, you're only expected to feed yourself. If you bring extra, great.
Yeah.
And then you don't expect it to come. You can't insist you even come.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
some people are skint. You know
Well,
what I mean?
exactly. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have families who are well off, and you're gonna have families that aren't.
Yeah,
You can't expect all of them feed each other.
yeah,
You know. I mean, I imagine, yeah, the one who's not well off is like, well, I want his fucking olives. Do you know what I mean? But you can't expect it.
yeah, yeah. With you. It's just like that's the way it is, isn't it? Yeah, come on. Right, next.
Right. I fucking love this one. Okay. I'm out of the arsehole for kicking out my date at 2 a.m. because they didn't tell me they were trans and left me to find out in bed. Oh, I find this fucking hilarious. I've not even read this one. I just saw the
It
title and thought.
depends how he
I just
reveals it.
saw the title and thought we're having that.
Right. I'm gonna call it right now and say not the asshole because if he only found it in bed, that suggests the trans guys just sort of sprung it on him. But we'll hear him out.
Well, yeah, because we have been surprised. Okay. I met this woman on Tinder a few weeks ago. We've gone on 5 dates. Clicked well, enjoyed our conversations, and on our most recent date, she agreed to come over. We watched a movie and cuddled. Okay. After some time, took her to bed, and when I took off her pants, I was surprised with
A dick
a
bigger than mine.
penis! That's fucking class. Oh.
Shit. Oh, can you imagine? You've been doing really well. 5 dates. 5 dates.
Right. Okay. So then, when she saw the look on my face, she said, "Sorry for not telling you earlier, but yeah, I'm a chick with a dick." I took offence that she didn't tell me earlier, but she was nonchalant about it. Yeah, because she knew. I mean,
Nonchalant with her dick. I mean,
oh
that's
god.
always an interesting one, isn't it? The whole chick with a dick thing. Is it a chick with a dick or is it just a dude with tits? I know it identifies a woman. I get that, you know, as trans maybe or whatever, but you know what I mean, as a trans woman. Yeah. Because you think of it, these like they're essentially they're males. That's why they've got a fully functioning dick
Oh yeah.
with tits. You know what I mean? It is.
Yeah. Uh, I've lost my place now. Yeah, told her she should have disclosed it before it got physical. Hang on. Then she defended herself, saying it was my fault for not asking if she's trans. No. I mean, I'm single and I'm on some dating sites. I'm not just going to go to every woman that I chat to and go, "By the way, you trans?"
Great dating strategy. By
You
the
know what
way,
I mean?
I just
Like,
want to check, are you actually a man? In
right?
fact, you remember last week we talked about this, and that caused a HR complaint. Are you a man?
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
It's that
Yeah.
actual woman who just had a hormone imbalance thing. People
Yeah.
thought she was trans or whatever. No, she just had a hormone issue. And it caused a massive thing with HR. You can't do that.
We always seem to end up in these predicaments. Right. Okay. So obviously he was like, get your fucking kit on and get out. She resisted because it was 2 a.m.
Yeah.
She begrudgingly left, not before cussing me out and calling me close-minded.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Jesus.
Wow.
Nah,
Well,
dude, you gotta say before you end up back at the house and fumbling about your bed. So what was she was sort of hoping, sort of she there was hoping that he'd just discover the dick and sort of just be like too horny and deep in and just sort of roll with it.
yeah, that sounds like it, doesn't it? Especially when she says, what was it? You're close-minded.
Yeah, now I am gonna see this from another point of view. If you're trans, who's gonna find you sexy? Not men, right? Who want to shag women,
Well, you
and
say
women
that.
who are perhaps lesbians, but they're not going to find you attractive necessarily, and perhaps you don't find
Mate,
women attractive.
see, I'm
So
going to
you've
jump
just
in
got to
there, and
roll the dice with men,
yes.
because if you go up front about it, it's sort of hypocritical. Like no man's ever going to say yes.
But you say that, but it's like every man's dream, innit? A woman who can drink him under the table.
The solution is put it out on the internet. I'm a trans bloke, or trans woman, should I say? I've probably got a dick bigger than you. If you fancy some hot fucking sex where I can peg you afterwards, and then we can go out drinking, hit me up.
Plus, I suppose there's the bisexual crowd.
Yeah, but bisexual might not find tranny attractive,
Oh
might they?
no, I'm not saying they would automatically. What I'm saying is they might be more open to something like that.
It's true. Oh, yeah, it's true. If you're sort of more pansexual, I suppose demographically, like statistically, they've got a wider sort of palette of like taste they can dip into, haven't they?
Yeah, yeah. And
Like
if
you
you
more
are if you
boxes
are
you're
bi,
ticking
we're
from,
not being awkward here. It's just that
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
got more
Well, if
options.
you're bisexual, you like tits, you like willies.
Yeah, you've got
They
them
got
both
both.
there.
Great. Yeah. Was he the arsehole for kicking her out? Does it give an idea with the location?
No, I mean
If it's a city,
It doesn't say like if she had anywhere else to go. If she was literally had nowhere to go, you could have said, right, well, you can stop because that's what we're doing anyway. But we're not fucking doing anything, and you're gone in the morning.
yeah, yeah. Like if it was the middle of the countryside or something like that, which I
Yeah,
agree with. But if it's the middle of a city, no, you're pissed right off.
because I mean, even I've had that before. I've had like women come over, and I used to live in the middle of nowhere, and it's been like only like second date or something. But
Yeah,
they've wanted to come over. They should come over, but they've been like, oh, but no sex. It's like, all right, fine. So they're just like, stay in the bed. You know what I mean? It's not a problem. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, just because they come over doesn't mean that it has to be sex.
yeah,
So it depends. He doesn't say he doesn't say this, but it might have been in the middle of nowhere. In which case, he's an asshole.
yeah,
But if it's in a city, then he's not an asshole.
yeah. Because even in the city, people say, "Oh, but it's dangerous out at night."
Yeah, but you can get a taxi.
Yeah, you should have thought of that before you just. To be honest, it's dangerous out now. That guy rolled the dice when he didn't say he had a dick.
That's true. That's very true. Yes.
Yeah, they knew that was
Yeah.
always a possibility.
I mean, I'm going to start doing that now. I think with every woman that I chat to on these dating sites.
You got a dick.
Because
That'll say a lot about your dating past, doesn't it? Like,
according to her, you have to.
yeah. Let's see how well that goes. Improves your odds, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nah, I don't know. I know. Yeah, I mean, I understand it there. If it's in the middle of nowhere, he should have been like, "Look, you can stop the night, but that's all."
Right. Are we agreed? Yeah, he might be the arsehole if it was the middle of the country, but otherwise, nah.
Yeah, without him stipulating that. Let me just have a quick look. quick scan, see if he says anything about it. Nah, it doesn't say anything extra. So we don't know where it is, but yeah, you're right. Right. So that was this week's Arsehole Alcove. Hope you enjoyed it. I think we solved some of that. It was quite a controversial one this week, I feel. But hopefully you agree with our thoughts on it. And if you don't, well, leave it in the comments. And again, we'll tell you that you're wrong, as we always do.
We listen.
Yeah. So please like, subscribe. It does help us. And we'll see you again next week. Bye.